I start.
Yeah, you have to. You want to set the meeting, or you want me to do it?
I never did, so please.
So, what are you playing?
Poker.
25 and L?
5 NL?
25 and L?
No. Why are
What
you
stake?
asking 5 NL?
What stakes are you playing?
25?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. 25 and L, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Can you give me control? Okay, you can record this session, but I mean, the sessions after, I would ask you not to, okay, Durable?
Okay.
Okay. You have to understand why. Okay.
You have
What's that?
control.
Yeah, okay. I mean, the guys who are paying me hourly, then I say, yeah, you know, I'll have to let them because they pay a lot of money, right? Okay.
Okay.
But for my profit sharing students, I ask them not to. Because you guys gonna get so much coaching anyways, right? So you'll learn everything already.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
No, I understand, but I mean, you guys are gonna get like almost unlimited coachings until you finish your deal, right?
Yes.
So with guys who are paying hourly, they're paying me for 10 hours, and they want to review it, okay?
We can talk later about this. I disagree.
I mean that's the way I'm doing things for my profit sharing students now, okay? So I mean, if you don't want to, we can just stop it, right? That's an option. I mean,
Can we switch to...
because I mean, I don't want people recording all my sessions, and then you have a whole bunch of them, and you go sell it or do whatever, okay? It doesn't make sense for me. Okay? Not that you will, not that everyone will, but I'm saying, if you want to pay, $5,000 for coaching and then record it, by all means, right? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Otherwise, I would just have a whole bunch of videos sitting around of me coaching, and I don't want that. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so let me see that. Turn river. For that. Phone. You're CBing a lot more now, right?
Yeah, it's changed a bit.
For 25 and L, I think you should be betting and giving up more, right?
Probably.
Go look at your tables. I mean, most of the guys that you're playing against are gonna be playing fit or full poker, so it doesn't make sense why you're CBing such a high frequency. If people are over folding on the flop, right?
I'm c-betting too little, you say?
Too much on the turn.
Yeah, on the turn, yes.
And you'll see.
I have a few hands.
No, that's fine. I just have to look at something first. I want to show you why. Oh, where is it? So we are 61. Yeah, it's a fish. We don't know much. So let's look at the guys we have sampled on, right? This guy's holding 61%, right? Next hand. 50%, 41%, 64%, right? So I mean, if so most of the guys at the table are doing this, folding a lot or just calling down, we don't want to be bluffing too much, right? So I want to turn this off for a second. You can turn it back on. Okay. 67%, 52%, right? 58%. You see the table? I mean, so we should be sit betting a lot, but what you have to do is start giving up a bit more, right? Because what guys are doing is this: folding and then call.
Okay.
Folding, then call, right? So having such a huge, I mean, sample size though, right? I don't know what the hands are relevant, but if I was playing the stakes, I'd be c-betting 70, 40, 40. Okay. Why? Because I mean, if I have the nuts and continue only, these guys are still going to call a top pair, right?
Okay. That's 20,000. I can't see. No, let me. Okay. Now close and reopen. No, didn't work. Let me try again. It is 20,000.
Maybe something's wrong with Order Manager. Okay. Or maybe it's your here.
Does this do for you? You mean I mean the image disappears.
It used to, but when I upgraded to Windows 10, it got rid of this problem for me. So I know you have to pull it out, and it's weird, but
Yes.
it's okay though.
Okay, let's do this. Oops. Okay. Now.
I mean, this is good for like balancing purposes, right? Or range. But like I said, at this stake, you don't need a balance. You know what I mean? Guys are doing this, okay? You know what I mean? We don't have to balance our c-betting as much. So just bet once and give up a lot more, okay?
Okay.
Then as we move up, once people defend more, then we'll lower c-bet to look something like this, 60, 50, 50. Okay?
Okay.
But I mean, you have to make adjustments to your table. If everyone is over folding, you have to see that more. I mean, that's just how it works, okay? And that's how you make money. Okay. This is just sample size, right? I don't think you fold 80%. But,
Yeah, I have a problem with folding river. Maybe
well,
it's not sample
Oh,
size.
because you're continuing too wide, right?
Yes.
You're always calling pocket eights. You're always calling pocket eights and then folding pocket eights.
I'm calling two streets with jacks, for example.
Yeah, like
and
8s,
folding.
9s, 10s, you're calling, and then folding. Calling,
Yes.
calling, and folding. So, I mean, sometimes it's better to just call once and then fold. Okay? Or, I mean, or you have to call down. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You can look into that.
I have a hand about this.
Go ahead and show me. Three bets 10. What are you doing before betting? No?
To fold?
4-bet.
Oops. Mm.
Yeah, I mean, call here's fine. I mean, here you have to make your decision, right? Either call this and call down or fold to this bet.
It's small, so I'm not thinking to fold.
I mean, this is the decision you have to make, because what do you think he's going to do in the river? You think he's going to check fold the river? Let's say he has ace jack of diamonds. You think he's check folding the river?
No.
What do you think he's going to do?
He's gonna bet, but I was thinking he's not going all in. Because the pot is smaller than his stack.
The pot's going to be almost $16.
Yeah.
It's almost pot size, right? But that's, I mean, what do you think he's going to do in the river?
From his stats, he's gonna bet.
Yeah. So if he's going to bet, we have to make a decision here, right? I mean, if a turn king, river king comes, you should call, right?
Yeah.
River queen, you should call too. If you call this turn bet.
I normally don't think that much in this spot and just call and fold river.
Or I mean, what do you expect him to do if he bets turn? Let's say he has ace king. What do you expect him to do? Check and give up? What does his turn range look like to you?
Okay, I should fold here.
Yeah. If you see that's 46% of that 10% range, what range is that? 4.6%. And then if he bets a third of that, only a third of that, why do you think he bets 75% on the river? You look here. Where's Ecolab?
Aces and kings.
Yeah, where's Ecolab? So if it's only aces and kings, then why call here? Because it's small. He has a 10% range in the small line, right?
Yes, I get it.
You get it, but then what's the point of calling turn then, if you get it?
No point.
Right? You're telling me he has only aces and kings, and you say, oh, this is small bet, we have to call. So you have to think, right? What does this 33% mean to you? Right? What does the 75% mean?
If he bets turn, he bets river, always.
But why is it like that? That when he always bets the river, is he a monkey or why? That's why you have to go look at the guy's range. This is how you do a hand reading, right?
Yes, this is good because I fold. This is good that you told me this.
Okay? Because I mean, if you don't think about this, if this means nothing to you, and the size means more to you, then there's no point in having this HUD then, right? Just put VPIP PFR. Hide this away. Right? But why is this in front of us, right? So we can figure out what people's ranges are. Okay? When the time comes when they don't allow HUDs anymore, then we're going to change. Okay? If we don't have a hut, then we have to call this turn and call river, right? If we call pre-flop. But we have this in front of us, 18,000 hands. Okay? Now if we call pre-flop, yeah, we should call flop, call turn, call river if I'm going to call. But that's against, no stats, no read, and we have a bluff catcher. But if I'm not, then I'm going to look at his tendencies and go from there. Okay? 10%, he sees bets about less than half the time, so he has a 5% range. At the 5%, when he sees bets a turn, yeah, he's going to bet the river 100%, because I mean his range is telling me, looks like aces and kings and queens, right? And then we can just fold there, and we're not going to be exploited by folding in turn, because he's telling us I have aces and kings when I bet the turn, right? So by folding turn, we're not exploitable. We're actually exploiting him for playing his range face up for us.
Yeah.
And it's easy once you think about it, right?
Okay, let me see what I wrote here. The same that we talk. Okay.
Okay. Squeeze. Probably 4-bet. What do you think? 4-bet call?
Because the squeeze is so big.
Well, okay, think about this, okay? Who's in between that he's squeezing?
The fishes.
Fishes. Okay. Does that change what he squeezes with now?
Yeah.
We squeeze with 10s now.
Yes.
9s.
Ace jack.
8s. Ace jack. Ace queen.
10s plus, I think.
I mean, he should be squeezing 9s, 8s here too. I mean, look at these guys, right? Don't you think there's a lot of value to squeeze here? These guys?
Yes, with any 2 cards probably.
Well, probably any 2 cards. You can't think that everybody's doing this with any 2 cards, right?
Yeah.
You have to think, what's the range, the average guy's range? I don't know. This 12%, don't worry about it. Whatever, it doesn't mean much to me, because the sample is too small. We have to understand, like, what kind of range is he squeezing king jack? Is he squeezing king queen? Is he squeezing 10 jack, queen 10? Probably, right?
Yes, we are ahead of his range.
So his range is really wide now, right? Okay. So, I mean, you could call here and let the fish get in hand, but I'd rather you call with kings and aces than jacks. I'd rather just fold that in here. Call. Yep. You see how we came to that conclusion?
Yeah.
With his range, okay, and it looks pretty.
I was normally folding here, but not in this spot.
Yeah, not when he's this wide. But I mean, but the first thing you have to think about is what does his range look like when he's squeezing, right? Okay, so if it's all regs in the hand, what does it look like? If it's all is a fish, then does his range changes or not? Right? And then we go from there. Because the reason why I 4-bet jacks is I don't want to call there. You know what I mean? This fish comes along, this fish comes along, and then you have a horrible situation with jacks, right?
Yeah, plus...
4-bet here now, he has pocket 10s or 8s, and he just jams, right?
It doesn't play so well, also.
Yeah, it doesn't play so well, and it's tougher. Because once you call here, he call, and then flop is queen XX. And these guys have all the queen X in the range, and it's not an easy situation to play with jacks. And also, we also included that this guy's squeezing pretty wide, so he might play back here with some crappy hands, right?
Yep.
He may not even fold that hand, right?
Ace-10 suited is a 3-bet for me versus under the gun from small blind. So if I'm in his spot, should I squeeze?
Against you, probably not, right? Well, you have 14. This is NP, right? So it's not really. Yeah, squeezing is fine. Because you fold a lot to squeezes, right?
Yes.
So it's a squeeze against you for. It's auto profit, and then it's a value squeeze against these guys, right?
Yes.
Bluff against you, and then it's a value against these guys.
Yeah, but in general, should I squeeze or should I just call? If
I would
in
squeeze.
my range is normal 3-bet.
Against only if it's all red, you mean? I'd still. I mean, with ace-10 suited, you could call or squeeze. It doesn't really.
Okay.
Squeezing might give you a bit more EV, right? BB. Especially when you fold 71, squeezing is probably going to be more optimal, right? If the guy defends a lot, then probably call, right? Okay.
Okay.
But in the spot where the guy folds a lot to squeezes, then squeeze is probably more plus EV. And I mean, his squeeze is pretty good in this spot, right? Against these two guys for value.
Yes.
Okay, you call here. Why do you call here? Do you think 3-betting will be better, or do you think calling will be better?
Probably 3-betting is better.
I think with 9-7, 3-betting is better. Isolate the fish, right?
Yes.
There's a couple of short stacks here. You know, you don't want them to call with 9-queen or whatever. Get them out of the way and play heads up with this guy, right? Who opens really wide. He's gonna make a lot of mistakes post flop, right?
Yes.
So call.
I made the mistake. I was not thinking in ranges here.
Yeah, I think you have to call there because you're repping a narrow value range. And on this board texture, he's probably not folding
Anything.
king aces.
Yes. He's not folding if he has a 10 or.
This guy's a fish. He's not folding 10x, right?
Yes.
So just call with your equity and then it evaluates. I don't try to bluff fish too much, right? So I'm gonna just call with my equity here. 323. Wow, he jams. It's close, right?
Yes, I can call. It's not minus EV, but
I think you can call this with your hand when you raise. I think it's close. If he has overpaired, I think it's close. But yeah, don't raise because I mean you're not repping anything. Tens you don't raise, right?
yes.
You're repping a hand like king, queen of spades.
Not repping anything actually. Just draw.
Oh, I mean you have so much equity here, right? That we don't want to fold out or allow him to fold us out of our equity. And even if you call here, you're not repping air. You're also repping, you know, tens, pocket threes, pocket eights, right?
Yep.
Jacks, queens, right? Sick thing, gems. Yeah, don't bluff in that spot and just call. Okay. Wow, he folds so much in 4-bets. Just call. Call. And once he sizes this, probably just fold, right?
Let's see.
Yeah. I think guys at 25 don't have such huge sizing tells. And
Have huge sizing tell?
yeah, this is they just size it like all weird, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he should never be betting this big. Should be like something like $15, $5.
Yes, let's see if I have a comment here. I folded because he 3-bets only 8%.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, I would do the same thing. I would call once and give up. Right? Get this one higher, and then that will lower your river. Okay, it's a whale. It's the value. I like it. Bet ones. Let's give up.
Let's see if I have a comment here. No, I don't. On this board, it's pretty bad to see bet, I think now.
Again, like this guy's a fish, so we don't know what he continues with, right? But if you're betting, you're really trying to get like 8s, 9s, 10s, 6s, 5s, 4s to fold, right? I mean, I don't think ace queen's folding, ace 10 folding, 9, 10 is not even folding, right?
Yeah, it's pretty bad, I think. Only because it's the king there, but otherwise.
Yeah. I mean, against fish, I mean, you can go either way without a lead. I'd probably just bet once and give up. Okay? I mean, he's pretty wide so far, right? So you get a lot of better like ace 5, ace 6, ace 4, all that fold, right? 7, 8 probably even folds, right? 6, 7. You can get some stuff to fold, I think. 3-bet here. I'm probably not 3-betting here.
You're
With ace-
not?
I'm probably just calling.
Why?
Folds way too much to get value, right? So you probably have to call it and hope this guy squeezes.
Yeah, but I 3-bet 16%. 16 here.
16.
So,
You 3-bet 13, right?
yeah, but I should 3-bet 16.
Why?
I forget sometimes to 3-bet.
No. I mean, what do you think this guy's gonna do, right? He's folding, right?
Yeah.
He's folding way too much. So I mean, I don't think you can get value here. I think you're better off calling and hoping this guy squeezes. Okay.
Okay. So I should change a bit my strategy.
I mean, I do think that ace queen in the spot, but I mean against him, he's folding all the worst hands like ace 10, ace jack, right?
Yeah.
So it's hard to get value from those hands. He's folding ace 2 to ace jack. Okay, he doesn't like to play them. So he's only going to continue with like some pocket pairs, ace king, kings, aces, queens. Okay. So we don't want that, right? We want to dominate his range. A 72% range, right? We want him to play ace 2, ace 3, ace 5, ace 6, ace 10. So the board comes ace XX, we're going to get more value now, right?
Yes.
His wide range. The 3-bet is
Now here, it's again a bet, c-bet.
yeah, you can check.
Check fold.
You probably have to check call. Maybe with the gut shot. I mean, when you check, what are you repping? You're not repping air, right?
I'm not repping air.
I mean, you should be check calling some king, queen, kings, ace, king, right? Well, not ace, king, king, queen, king 10. So you're not rubbing a lot of air either when you check call, right? Queens. Okay. So I mean, we have a gut shot, and if you check here, you can check call and then go evaluate from there, right? I mean, usually there's a shutdown with any bluffs they have. Okay, and if he has like 8-9 suited, 7-8 suited, he's gonna bet once and give up, and we get the showdown pretty easily, right? And then you can delay c-bet, and you get a lot of those kinds of fold anyways. The pocket pairs, low pocket pairs.
Let's see if I had a comment here. Is this a c-bet? I think it's not. No.
Against him, he doesn't like to fold, so he's folding you a lot, right? But then again, his range is so strong here, right? I might even check and evaluate more than check bet. If the guy folds 83%, I mean, he's telling you, I don't like to play a lot of garbage hands, so it's really hard to get value, or I mean, from any worse hands, right? With ace queen. So what you could do is check call with our gut shot, and then if he checks a turn, we can bet the river for as a bluff. Get him to fold a lot of small pocket pairs, or take it to showdown if you want, right? Okay. We're still ahead of ace-10, right? Ace-9 suited, ace-10, splitting with ace-queen. Okay. But yeah, I think the problem is 3-betting him in the first place, right? You're like trying to value bet him pre-flop.
Yeah.
So here I 3-bet it. Against him, I'm just gonna check fold. What do you think?
Because he doesn't fold?
Yeah, he doesn't fold. And I mean, if he has 9s or 10s here, he's never folding, right? And you always have to triple barrel with no equity.
He would fold. I was thinking that he would fold because it's a scary board. If he doesn't have a club.
Yeah, if he doesn't have a club, yeah.
That's why I did.
Wow.
And this is a fold, but I mistaked.
It's probably a fold. Against him, 18-14. Like I said, I might check turn now, right? Is it a bet? I mean, you should think of a pot controller against him, right? He plays tight. And then you look at how much he bets stabs, right?
Yeah.
So you can even check this turn. What do you think? Check and evaluate. Probably check fold wouldn't be a bad idea either, right?
Yeah.
He never bluffs, so he's only betting like ace king with the ace of clubs, or ace queen with the ace of clubs, and then we can just fold ace queen, right?
Yeah.
The way I look at it is this guy's a nit, okay?
Yes,
I
I
just
marked him as a nit. With
I just
yellow.
assume they never bluff.
With yellow, it's a nit.
Yeah. So I mean, when I see this, I just when they start playing back, I just give up if I have a medium strength hand. What do you think?
Yeah.
I mean,
Especially if they go all in.
yeah, I don't know. Like in general, I just don't see them bluffing as much, right? I mean, even when I see this guy here, I'm like, okay, I don't see any like bluffy lines from this guy, right? And this guy is even tighter than him. So once he gives me any sort of action, I'm just gonna give up. Right?
Had one question. If a guy in the small blind and big blind, if we open the small blind, if he falls to still about 55 to 60% and falls to c-bet 45% or 40, 3-bet is, let's say, 10.
Okay.
What is our range and what size?
I would open 3x, and I would open like a 40% range.
40.
40, yeah.
Okay. Do you
I mean, because
open?
he's calling, right? So he's not calling a wide range. He's calling enough, but we don't want to be stuck there with like a 70% range, and we're gonna lose money, right?
Yeah.
So go 3x and maybe like 40% range. That's what I would do.
And if do you ever open 2.5%? Only if he 3-bets a lot?
2.5% or 25%?
2.5x. Sorry.
Um, if it's between 60 and 69, I go 2.5x. Okay.
Okay.
Simply because you know it's auto profit, right? You know,
Don't go 2x.
what's that?
2x. You don't go
No, I don't
2x.
go to that. Because I mean, the guys that have a calling range, I still want to charge them if they decide to call, right? And let's say, for example, let's say this guy here, he has like what, 62% fold and 3-bet, so there's a 38% calling range, right?
Yeah.
So with my range, I'm going to open up 3x now. Okay? Against you, I'm still going to open 3x. Against this guy, I'd probably open, probably still 3x. This guy min raise, right? This guy here, I might go 2.5x. Okay? Because I don't want to make my steal. It's close. I'll probably go 3x if he plays, right? With a 100% range. Let's see if I can find somebody else for you. So where would I open 2.5? This guy I'd probably open 2.5x, right? This guy would open 2.5x. Min raise. This guy I would open 2.5x. Okay. I mean, guys that have a calling range, these guys like yourself, they will call, okay. But you still don't want to make your steal too expensive, right? Okay. But you don't want to make it min, because the thing with these guys is they know how to call already. So if you make it min, they're going to start calling wider than the 54%, right?
Okay.
So against yourself, if somebody min raises, you're going to start calling like, let's say right now it's 54, yours will go down to like 42 because somebody min raised. Okay?
Okay, so only
Does that sound right?
above 70%.
Does that sound
means.
right about what I'm saying about yourself?
I didn't
If somebody
understand.
min raises, your calling range is going to be a bit wider.
Yes, yes.
Right? I mean, because we know this guy knows how to call. So once you make the odds a bit better for him, he's going to call a bit wider. Then we're going to go 2.5x. You know, these guys too. Okay?
Yeah.
Because these guys are guys who they fold a lot, but they know that their odds and when to start calling wider. So if they're like that, then you want to make it a little bit bigger, but you don't want to go 3x because it costs a bit too much to steal, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Does
Okay.
that answer your question?
Yes.
Any other hands?
Don't know. No. We looked at this.
No, I'm gonna look at your stats. Let's see. Let's see, format, the lower side. 4 to 3 bets, lots of.
Oh, and about the ace X suited
Okay.
after.
Well, under the gun?
Yes. the and the a6 to ace9, right?
I don't open a6 to ace9.
You don't?
You shouldn't open a6 to ace9 suited.
Okay.
Just open ace2 to ace5 and ace10 up.
Okay.
You're not going to make much money with ace9 to ace6. Let's see. That's probably what's causing you to,
Probably.
if you get rid of these. Because why did these do more? Because you're going to hit more straights, right?
Yes, of course.
So that's why you're going to lose more with these hands. Your win rate's going to be lower with these hands than ace2 to ace5. And let's say you go all hand, right? You go more filters. So your win rate's a lot higher with ace2 to ace5. It shouldn't be losing, but I mean, it's a lot higher though, right?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna switch a bit.
And you see how it's you have a more low card here. Why is it easier? Probably because you can get away from these hands much better than ace9.
Yes, true.
If up is ace xx, you don't feel like you have to check call. You don't feel like you have to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Start calling down top pair, weak kicker. It's easier, but when you have ace9, okay, maybe we're ahead or something like that.
I'm opening this, and I'm not opening a6. No, I'm quitting this.
This is what I would do here. At 8-9, 7-8. Right now, what are you doing under the gun again? Let me see your
14%.
14%. Okay, so now you're not folding a lot. Okay. So what?
I can open a bit wider.
So now we can open pocket fives now, pocket fours now, right?
Okay.
Why? Why can we open pocket fives, pocket fours now?
Our fold to 3-bet will be 50%.
No, not just that. You're gonna be set money now, right? Why can we set mine now, but before you couldn't? Because you're defending enough now, right?
Okay.
So now, is anybody bluffing you here now? Think about it. You open a 14% range and you fold 47 now. Should people be bluffing you a lot?
No.
Okay. So now do you see why we should open pocket fives and fours now?
Yeah.
This is why. We can set mine now, right? Okay? Because you learned how to defend already now. See, so now it gets even better because now you can increase it to 16 and your fold to the 3-bet will drop even more now, right?
Okay.
Because we're defending fives and fours now. Okay? So now what we can do is open this. Where's the range again? Go back there. To echo that. So now we can open this and even open threes and fold threes to 3-bet but call fives and fours now. You understand?
Yeah, but I was thinking to call 8 plus.
You're calling 8s plus now.
Yeah.
Right?
Now
So now you're under the gun now you should start calling with 7, 6, 5 now, right? Because you just told me they don't bluff you anymore.
Oh, okay.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
It's part about understanding your image, right? Okay? Once we're comfortable, now before why I told you not to open 2s and 5s because you were folding too much of 3-bets, right? If you're folding too much of 3-bets, people are bluffing you way too much. So if they're bluffing you way too much, we cannot set mine, right?
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Because why? Because if you set mine, you're not getting paid off because they always have ace-2 suited, jack-8 suited, 6-8 suited. So now we cannot set mine with 3s, 4s, 5s because we cannot set mine into a loose range because you're not going to get paid off. Okay? Once we learn how to defend our under the gun range, like what you've done now, all of a sudden now you can open these and defend it every time down now. So now your fold to 3 bet's going to drop even more now, right?
It can drop.
It's going to, because you're going to set mine now with 5s, 4s, and 3s now, 6s and 7s, right? Because you see here, if they 3-bet, let's say this guy here, like 0%, let's say with somebody who have a read on, this is this guy here, okay? Out of position, he bets 4.5% against under the gun, right? Okay? So imagine if he has a read on you and you're folding 40% to 3 bets.
It's gonna 3-bet like 3%.
Now he's going to 3-bet 3%, right? Don't you think?
Yeah.
So now it makes it even easier for us to play our range, right?
Yeah.
Okay? Because now you understand yourself, your image, okay? I open and I defend a lot. So now once you open 5s, 4s, 3s, 2s, and then you start defending it, now all of a sudden this is going to drop to like 40%, right? Once it drops to 40%, you can every time nobody's bluffing you in that spot. Like you see how you were 3-betting the guys who were never folding. Okay. These hands that we just went through earlier, you were 3-betting some guys and they were not folding. What kind of range were you 3-betting them with? Aces, kings, queens, ace king, ace queen, right?
Yeah. I can just drop the bluff hands.
You could even do this. Let's go back there. Like you could even drop like 7, 8, even the queen 10 if you want, and then start adding these, right?
Okay.
Okay.
I'll stick around to 14% anyhow.
So now from this 14% range, you can 4-bet this if you want, right? You can 4-bet these as bluffs, right? You can fold this.
Yeah.
You can fold this.
What else you wanted to share? I forgot. Before I asked you about this.
Hold on a second. We're going to 4-bet this. We have 14% range. I'm going to 4-bet this. Okay?
Yeah.
We're going to 4-bet some of these. 4-bet fold some of these. Okay?
Okay.
We're going to fold this. So what does our folding range look like? Okay? We're going to 4-bet these. Okay? So we can balance our 4-bet with bluffs, right?
Yeah.
So those are the 4-bets. So what are we folding then? Okay? We're not folding this. Like I said, we're not folding this. This. So our 14%, I'm under the gun. I might 4-bet ace jacks. I might fold. Okay. So I might fold ace jacks. Okay. Yeah. So this is what we're gonna fold. A 4% range out of 14. Not horrible, right?
But we'll end up with 30% fold to 3-bet, right?
Yeah. So now if you end up with that, now you see how playing with this can be more profitable now? Right? Because now nobody's ever bluffing you now. Now we can keep set money with it all day, right?
Okay.
Now what do? We gotta, then slowly what you can do is, slowly once it goes down to 30, right? Then you can start doing this now. Is start opening a bit wider. Now we expand our range a bit more now, right? Remember how earlier it was like this? Right? Now we can do this now. You know what I mean? Like something like this. You know, you can even do this. Get up to like 15 or 16%, okay?
Okay.
Something like that. Because why? Because we're defending enough now and we know people aren't bluffing us. Because once we start defending this and people are not bluffing us, we can open wider, right?
Yeah.
Because why? Because nobody's bluffing us. Okay? And then now we can play our ranges very easy. Nobody's bluffing you. Once you understand nobody's bluffing you, okay, you can understand why we can start set money with these, right? Okay? And I get paid off all the time when I hit a set. because I know nobody's bluffing me pre-flop. And every time I hit a set, I get paid off, right?
Yeah.
Because I have a 35% fold to 3-bet under the gun. So they're like, okay, this guy never folds, right? Can't always have a set, right? But every time I continue, I have a set against him, okay? Because what happens when he bets a flop and I miss completely?
I fold.
I fold, right? Because why? Because my plan is I know people are not bluffing me, so I don't have to bluff catch, right?
Yeah.
But then when I hit a set, I always get paid off. Okay? Because of my image, okay? So that's part of understanding your image, okay? Now do you see why I want you to open these now? Do you understand?
Okay.
The reasons why you're calling now? Okay?
Yeah.
And we also expand your range a bit, so it's not 14, that's going to be 15 something, okay?
Okay.
But yeah, with these hands, they're really good sometimes to four-bet bluff under the gun, okay?
Yeah.
So let's say here, this is repay some of these. I mean, you're not losing a lot of money here, okay? And this is your whole database, right? Okay, so you're not losing a lot like you think. But it helps expand your range a bit. But you shouldn't, though, once you learn a bit more, when to four-bet bluff, right?
Oh, okay, okay. I understand.
Okay. So I'll just give up.
These are very old hands.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, if we look at the last, let's say last period in September, then, just look at these hands. We'll see where we can play it differently. Right?
From under the gun.
Okay. Here's a good spot to four bet, right? First of all, it's sample size. This guy's a monkey, right? 7, like what, 6, 7 out of 12 times? He's 3-bet you? So I would start 4-bet bluff.
Opening something that I have. Yes, I have ace 5 and ace 4 in general to 4-bet. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, against this guy, I would 4-bet here.
Against Mario.
Yeah. He's wide, right? Against you, he's even wider. So yeah, I like it. Say 1/3 pot. Wow. Would you ever do this with aces?
No.
I think I just bet like $4 here. The $4.19 does the exact same
I
thing.
would bet 3.9 now.
Yeah, I mean they do
Yeah,
both.
no.
They both bets do the exact same thing. Okay, if he has ace queen, ace king here, he's gonna probably fold. Or let's say he has, I don't know, pocket tens, pocket eights, he's probably folding anyways. Okay, but if you do this, you're isolating yourself. This monkey. But I would probably, in that spot, I'd probably just bet once and give up, right?
Yeah.
So calls. So bet. Bet. I have to check. Check that. Yep, like it. Okay. Real calls, which is bet the flop. Just bet to fold out some of his equity, right?
Yeah, I was.
Jack Queen, King Jack, Jack 9, 8 9. All that has equity, even backdoor equity against us, right?
Yeah.
So more or less against him. I just want to value bet this. Check. Yeah, check folds fine. Maybe check. Okay, here's a good spot to fold that too, right? I mean, um, again, sample size is giving you 16%. Yeah, I would start four betting some of these hands now, right? Under the gun. I mean, how many times have you seen anybody jam pocket tens here?
Never.
Never. You know, how many times have you seen ace queen jam?
They
Or
fold jacks probably.
probably even fold jacks, right? So it's a good spot, and we know he's a bit wider against us than everyone else. So let's make some adjustments here and defend our under the gun range, right? Yeah, I like it. It's a bad board. It's his range, right?
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna check back, and I can continue on a jack, right? What else can I continue on?
Right
What?
now I'm giving up.
Ace, catch, king. You can always check. Check still. Check still. I think it's too thin to bet here. He doesn't fold. He doesn't call jacks, right? Yeah, just check. Maybe kings. You see what happens here? They're not even jamming kings, right? You know what I mean? Because they shouldn't, right? Okay, so you know when you four bet with these hands, you always get to see a flop in general, right? I mean, you'll see guys that are monkeys that will jam kings and aces in this spot, right? But then it's easy fold for us with ace four, right? I like it. Don't listen. Don't four bet all ace x. don't four bet all ace x suited. But what I'm trying to say is, you know, once they're wide, the wider they are, then we're gonna have to.
No, what happened is that first I was looking into the ranges as I played, and I did 4-bet all. Now I don't at all.
You have to look at the wider ranges, right?
Yeah.
So you just bet. I like it. Probably just check here. We have showdown value, right, against this guy?
Yeah.
So just
Can
check.
have.
He's gonna have some ace highs, he's gonna have some queen highs, whatever, so. No, just ship it. Just ship it, right? If he has king X, he's calling. He has king jack, he has king 7, he's not folding, right?
Yes, it's a ship.
King 4, he's not folding. King 2, he's not folding. King 10, he's not folding. King 8, he's not folding. Ace 6, he's not folding. So just ship it, right?
Yeah.
You remember, okay? Right now, if he has any draws, he's folding anyways. If he has, I don't know. What draws could he have? Or if he has like 6-4, 6-3, I mean, all that never folds. Yep, that makes sense. That's why it's good to raise with ace 2 to ace 5. Right? You hit more straights like that. Unexpected. Check. Bet. Call. Fold. I like it. Fold. Oh, please tell me you folded. Okay, so fold. Nice. I'd probably just fold. What do you think?
Yeah. I was in the mood to 4-bet every hand.
Uh,
Then at the beginning.
Because I think his range, when it's like 5%, you don't want to be rebluffing too much.
Yes.
You have to remember that 3% is value. Okay. So if 3% is value, I mean he's probably not folding enough for us to bluff here, right? I fold. Check. Check. Ship. Ship it. Flip. Weird. I don't understand what he bet there. Okay. Anyways, hopefully that was good. Okay, I gotta go to another session.
Oh, you're on a row.
What's that?
You're on a row.
I know. I think I'm ready to go to sleep. Now that coach.
Okay, thank you.
Listen, what you have to do is just you still have to think when you're at the table. Alright? You have to get over this, okay? About thinking too much at the table. Okay? What you see is what you get. Okay? Well, the guy that sees that's 33% on the turn, that tells me he doesn't bluff, right?
Yeah.
In general. I mean, how many guys do you see bet turns 33%? Okay? Think about it. When you're grinding, how many times do you see somebody see bet turns 33%? And if they do, what does that mean to you? It probably means they don't bluff, right? And if they don't bluff, why do we have to bluff catch? That's what you should ask yourself.
Yeah.
If they don't bluff, why are you bluff catching? We don't have to.
So
right?
I can make some good
Easier
folds.
laydown. Right? You can make a lot easier laydowns now, you know? Let the guy raise under the gun, C bets the flop 60%, turn 30. You know, I have ace king, flop an ace, okay? He bets the flop a call. That's a turn. You can even fold ace king, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna use this to bump my river to lower fold.
Yeah, I just have to fold more, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that, when people aren't bluffing, don't bluff catch. That's just how it works. When people are bluffing a lot, then bluff catch. I mean, it's sort of like the same thing. If everybody's tight at your table, you play loose. Everyone's loose at your table, you play tight. That's how you make money, right? Okay? And what you have to understand is, you know, once you have the, like some of these guys you have reads on, you have 30, 40,000 hands. Okay? Once you have that many hands, they are going to play exactly how they play for you. You might not think so. Okay? You may not think so, but I'm going to tell you, I can look into your HUD and I can tell exactly how you play. That's how I make money. Okay? And your goal is to think about what people are doing at the table, and then, you know, not bluffing, don't bluff catch. Okay?
Okay.
Alright? Anyways, I'll talk to you later. Have to
Thank
run?
you. Thank you.
Okay, have a good day.
You too, bye.
Bye.